loneliness, a curse that knows no bounds, no mercy. But for one, it became more than just an emotion. It became a fate. In the shadowed corners of ancient ruins forgotten by time itself, there lives a creature whose sorrow is as deep as the world is wide, a small mummified figure with a heart far larger than his form would suggest. Amumu, the sad mummy, was not always the solitary being he is now. Once he was a curious child, filled with hope and dreams of companionship. But fate, cruel and unforgiving, had other plans. Through tragedy and abandonment, Amumu's journey became one of endless searching, not for treasure, but for the one thing that had been denied to him: friendship. A tale of heartbreak, of a lonely soul seeking meaning in a world that only gave him sorrow. This is the story of Amumu, where darkness meets the light of hope, and where a boy's search for belonging becomes a hero's quest for redemption.
I don't remember a time when I wasn't alone. I would walk through the endless corridors of the tomb, my small footsteps echoing against the cold stone walls. Why am I always by myself? I whispered into the silence, though I knew no one could hear me. I didn't know where my parents had gone or why I was left behind. The only thing I had was this loneliness and these endless halls.
Amumu was once a child, a curious, wide-eyed boy, eager to explore the world. He was born into an ancient and mysterious lineage, his home nestled within the long-forgotten tombs of Shurima. The ruins whispered stories of power and magic, of a civilization lost to time. But unlike the other children of his people, Amumu's heart was not filled with the pride of his ancestors. He sought companionship, the warmth of friends, the joy of laughter. As a child, Amumu had many questions. Who were his parents? Why was he alone in the depths of these ruins? He had no answers, only the company of his own thoughts and the echoes of his surroundings. One day, as Amumu wandered deeper into the ruins, he stumbled upon something that would change his life forever: an ancient, cursed artifact. It was a relic of unimaginable power, a source of both wonder and peril. Unaware of the danger it posed, Amumu touched it, and the magic within the artifact surged through him like a wildfire.
I didn't know what it was, but I felt drawn to it. The glowing stone pulsed with an energy I couldn't understand. And then everything changed. What's happening? I cried, feeling an overwhelming surge of power and pain flood my body. My skin burned, my heart raced, but in an instant, the world felt different. I looked down and my hands, once small, soft, and childlike, now they were wrapped in mummified bandages. My body twisted and transformed as though something had stolen the essence of who I was. I had become something different.
Transformation was a curse, one that tied Amumu's fate to the dark magic of the artifact. He was no longer the innocent child he had been. His heart, once full of questions and hope, now became burdened with sorrow, and his body bore the remnants of a lost past. The curse that had taken hold of him also left him with one agonizing gift: immortality.
I was no longer the boy I had been. I don't know what happened to me. I muttered through clenched teeth, looking at my new form. Why did this happen? Why can't I remember anything? Why am I still here? The pain of losing my past. My innocence was worse than the curse itself. But what hurt more was the emptiness. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to have someone to call my friend. But instead, I was a monster.
The years passed, but Amumu remained trapped in the ruins, unable to break free from the curse. As time went on, he learned to understand the magic that had transformed him, but the weight of loneliness pressed harder upon his chest. He searched for answers, scoured the deserts of Shurima, and sought knowledge in every ancient tome, hoping to find a way to break the curse. But every door led to another dead end. One fateful day, Amumu set out on a journey not just for answers, but for something more, companionship. He could no longer bear to be alone.
I've wandered for so long, so many years, so many places. I don't want to be alone anymore. I said aloud to the desert winds, my voice breaking. I just want a friend. Someone to share this cursed life with, but there's no one. There's never been anyone.
His search for friendship led him to the League of Legends, where champions from across Runeterra gathered to fight. There, he hoped to find a place where he could belong. Though his body remained mummified and his heart heavy with sorrow, the glimmer of hope never fully faded.
The League, maybe here. I can find something, a purpose, a reason to keep going. When I fight in the League, I murmur, my hands clench tightly around the bandages of my fists. It's not for glory, it's not for power. It's because maybe there's a chance I'll find someone who will understand me.
Amumu's journey is far from over. Though the sadness of his past will never leave him, he continues to fight, not for victory, but for the one thing he's always longed for, a friend. In the end, Amumu's true strength lies not in his immortality or the magic that binds him, but in the unbreakable hope that despite all the darkness, there is always a chance for connection.
And as long as there's hope, I will never stop searching.